Hello everybody, this is Justin Armstead. I'm back with another video. I'm going to do the full review for WrestleMania 34, my perspectives of what I thought about the event. I'm going to go through all the matches, but let me say, this WrestleMania sucked. I'm going to go ahead and say it. The championship matches wasn't what I thought. You have two Royal Rumble winners that won their matches at the Royal Rumble to go to WrestleMania to compete for the main championship, and they both lost. This event cannot be compared to WrestleMania 30. WrestleMania 30 is way better than this. Alright, match number 1. Matt Hardy wins the 30-man over-the-top Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Okay, Matt Hardy's been prepping for all this for like 4 or 5 weeks now on Monday Night Raw. I did not see nothing new. Then the only thing I can say I liked about this was after the match, after Matt Hardy won, Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy teamed together, and they're going to be a tag team. That's about the only thing. Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali for the Cruiserweight title. There was a great match, a lot of high-flying techniques. So, Mustafa Ali had a big part in this match, but Cedric Alexander came up and defeated Mustafa Ali for the Cruiserweight Championship. That was a pretty good bout. Naomi won the Women's Battle Royal. My thing is, how would Naomi win it since she wasn't been prepped to win this match? The main people I thought was either going to win was Bayley or Sasha Banks, because on Raw there's been a huge feud. Plus, Bayley last week was talking about this is going to be my Battle Royal trophy. I'm like, okay. So I thought Bayley was going to win. We thought Bayley was going to win until Naomi came back into the match, and Naomi won. Charlotte Flair defeated Asuka for the SmackDown Women's title. Alright, you have a person such as Asuka, is a big Japanese wrestler, undefeated in NXT, comes to SmackDown being undefeated, and supposed to face Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania 35 next year, because both of them was going to be undefeated. Okay, now that plan is shot down because Asuka got defeated by Charlotte Flair tonight. And I'm like, so that's a waste of point if you put the match at WrestleMania. That's going to be a waste of point. A waste of time. I know it will look good on paper, but, it's not an undefeated streak versus undefeated streak at next year's WrestleMania. That's what I'm saying. Seth Rollins versus The Miz versus Finn Balor. Seth Rollins picked up a victory. It was a great match. This is like one of the matches that meant a lot tonight, that drew a lot of heat on Raw. But, The Miz with the skull-crushing finale from the top rope. That was a great moment. Finn Balor coming out to the entrance of everybody, Balor Club for everybody. And they had the, the LGBT rights symbol, and a lot of people standing up there, kind of dancing with Finn Balor. That was a great moment. Seth Rollins' blue eyes. That was I'm glad that he put the sorry about that, y'all. I'm glad he put the whatever you call him in his eyes. I'm just so round up over the Asuka and Shinsuke Nakamura moment. Alright, you got Jinder Mahal with what did that sign? He defeated Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, and Rusev. Fatal 4-way match for the United States Championship. I'm glad that Jinder Mahal beat Randy Orton, but I wanted Bobby Roode to pick up a victory. But besides that, Jinder Mahal, he's got my approval for becoming the new United States Champion. We move on to Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey taking on Triple H and Stephanie McMahon in a mixed tag team match. This match was a match that stole the show. It was no championship match that stole the show. This is the only match that stole the show in my eyes. There was a lot of back and forth action between Kurt Angle and Triple H and Ronda Rousey and Stephanie McMahon. But, you saw armbar after armbar, finisher after finisher. This match had been hyped up from a long time, ever since Elimination Chamber. So this match was the match of the night. This match went over very top. I'm so glad that Ronda Rousey won her first ever WWE match. And we move on to the Bludgeon Brothers versus the Usos versus the New Day in a triple threat tag team match for the SmackDown tag team titles. I am so happy that the Bludgeon Brothers has picked up a victory of the Usos and the New Day, because I'm so tired of seeing titles switch swap. You'll see them win on one pay-per-view, and then the New Day's going to win the next one. Then the Usos, then the New Day. That was like Charlotte and Sasha back in 2016. I was so tired of seeing that. I was so tired of seeing this title change hands now. I'm so glad that the Bludgeon Brothers won this match. They dominated the whole match. You saw a lot of great spots. You saw the New Day's entrance with the pancake. You saw the little people with pancakes, stuff like that. It was a pretty cool entrance. But I'm so glad that the Bludgeon Brothers picked up a huge win over this match. Then our prayers were answered. The referee, it was before, I think, Charlotte and Asuka or somewhere that said, hey, you need to go and go to the back because you got a match tonight with The Undertaker. And John Cena came back down, was hyped up, and then to find out the lights went off, Elias came out. I'm like, okay, shouldn't you be in the Royal Rumble match? The Battle Royal instead of this one? And John Cena just jumped up from his seat again, went in and beat Elias. And he was like, okay, this is pointless. He almost went to the back. The music hit. The Undertaker appeared, and they both had a match. Great. I was so proud to see the Dead Man. That's one of the positive things I can say about this WrestleMania, that the return of the Undertaker and the Undertaker competed in a match. It doesn't matter how long or how short the match was. It was like 2 minutes and 45 seconds. But, John Cena versus Undertaker, who wouldn't want to see that match? And I'm so glad that we saw the match. The Undertaker picked up a huge win over John Cena tonight. So we cannot say that we did not see John Cena versus Undertaker at WrestleMania, because we did. Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. If you would watch on Instagram, Facebook Live, stuff like that, you would have already seen that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn has been interfering in matches during live events for WWE. And because I know they did one in Lexington, I think Kentucky. That was the one that they did, the invade of SmackDown. But, tonight I'm so glad that Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon picked up a huge win over Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, because I'm not a huge fan of them. I'm not a huge fan of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So, most likely during the draft or split up, shake up, whatever you want to call it, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will be going to Raw instead of being on SmackDown. Because really, I was so tired of seeing Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon worrying about Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn all the time. You will see that for each week for a year, and I'm like, come on now, time to move on. I'm so glad that the next match, this person won her women's title. Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss. Nia Jax dominated the whole match almost, but in the middle ways, Alexa Bliss, kind of fingered Alexa Bliss in the eye and caused her vision to go. And then, but she took out Mickie James before the event, Nia Jax did. And so it was a great moment to see Nia Jax finally capture her women's championship. I've always been a huge fan of Nia Jax, and I'm so glad that she is the Raw Women's Champion now. The next match, oh Lord, AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I cannot say that this match was a bad match. No, it wasn't. It was a great match. The only thing I was upset with is Shinsuke Nakamura did not win the WWE Championship. Hopefully at the greatest Royal Rumble, as they call it, on April 27th, hopefully that Shinsuke picks up the win and wins the title back. But because Shinsuke has had 3 opportunities to become the WWE champion, WWE creative team have screwed Shinsuke over. And I do not like that one bit, because Shinsuke has a lot of potential in WWE and deserves to be WWE champion. And then at the end, after AJ Styles wins the match, they do a hug out. I mean, they do the hug in, whatever it's called. And Shinsuke Nakamura turns heel and lows blows and sorry about that, guys. Does a low blow to AJ Styles and kicks him around the ring and stuff like that. I'm so glad to see a Shinsuke Nakamura heel turn. Hopefully this will make him become champion. Then the next match, Braun Strowman had to go pick a fan out there in the audience to be his tag team partner. And I thought it was going to be like Bray Wyatt or who else? Rey Mysterio. They've been talking about it. But I'm so glad that WWE has decided to put a 12-year-old in the ring and become a tag team champion. I'm so glad that we don't have Cesaro and Sheamus as tag team champions anymore. Because, you know, it was getting bored seeing them tag team champions back and forth. But I'm so glad that Braun Strowman is now the Raw tag team champions. Then the next match, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. We've heard a lot about this match. I thought Paul Heyman was going to turn on Brock Lesnar and help Roman Reigns capture the WWE Universal title. That didn't work. So, Brock Lesnar, it was like 5 F5s that Brock gave, did not work. So, he decided to beat him in the head with his elbow, and make Roman Reigns bleed, and then do another F5 and win the match. And I'm like, I want a full-time champion. I do not want a champion that is only part-time and only wrestles at big-time pay-per-views such as Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Survivor Series. We need a champion that wrestles every Monday night. But yeah, y'all, that's my review of this whole WrestleMania. Don't forget to like this video, comment below what you guys thought about WrestleMania, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you guys.